Hello, I'm Tony Fairfax, and I'm the Districting Master for the Everett Washington Districting Commission, and I'm going to present to you the proposed final draft Plan A8. But first, I'd like to provide some background information and discuss how we developed the final draft plan. First, the City of Everett, Washington is moving from a voting system with 7 City Council members elected at large to a system with 2 elected at large and 5 City Council members elected within what's called single-member districts. In order to facilitate this process, the city created a 9-member districting commission. 8 members were selected by the city and 1 member was selected by the commission. They also hired a districting master, and that's myself, to assist with developing the city's first districting plan. The commission members include Mary Fossey, Vice Chair Chris Garai, James Langus, Ethel McNeil, John Monroe, Kari Quars, Chair Simone Tarver, Benjamin Young, and Julius Wilson. The city also provided an executive project coordinator, Nicole Weber, who facilitates logistical matters and ensures that the commission has the necessary assets to complete the job. Second, what is districting or redistricting? Well, simply put, it is the drawing or redrawing of district boundary lines. Since the city of Everett did not have any previous district boundary lines, we're going through the process of districting. Next, how do we perform districting or redistricting? Well, the process of developing districts follow a set of guidelines called traditional redistricting criteria. All of the plans that were developed, including the proposed final draft plan, followed laws, guidelines that extend from the U.S. Constitution in various court cases, federal legislation, the Washington State Constitution and codes, the Washington State's Voting Rights Act, and the City of Everett, Washington Districting Master and Commission directions and criteria. To summarize these guidelines, they include the district shall be as reasonably equal in population as possible. The district shall be reasonably compact. District shall consist of geographically contiguous areas. District boundaries shall coincide with the existing recognized natural boundaries and shall, to the extent possible, preserve existing communities of related and mutual interest to the extent feasible. Population data may not be used for the purpose of favoring or disfavoring any racial group or political party, and districts shall be drawn to follow existing voting precinct boundaries. In particular, we applied the following. We equally populated the districts within an acceptable deviation, and that deviations from what's called the ideal population size, for which Everett, Washington is 20,604 persons, and that's using 2010 census data. That's the population that we're trying to target. However, the courts have ruled that local districts can deviate 10% of the ideal population size from the lowest populated district to the highest populated district and remain acceptable. The standard practice in redistricting is to use plus or minus 5% for each district. Thus, the population of each district in Everett should fall between 19,574 and 21,634. Next, we made sure that each district is geographically contiguous, meaning all parts of the district were adjacent or touching, and that includes water to connect to islands. The exception is Lake Champlain, which comes under an exception for annexed non-contiguous areas. We also made sure that the districts were reasonably compact. Compactness has to do with how irregularly shaped or dispersed the districts are. 3 popular compactness measurements were used to quantify compactness. They include REOC, Polsby-Popper, and convex hull. And finally, we minimized political subdivision splits. In this case, we included precincts that were left intact and not split in any plan. Continuously throughout plan development, we also preserved communities of interest. We followed the results of a citywide study that found that 75% of the respondents selected existing neighborhoods as the primary community of interest to preserve. Therefore, neighborhoods were prioritized for preserving or not splitting. However, some neighborhoods were split by precincts, and precincts were used as the lowest building blocks. So, in those instances, we had no choice but to split a neighborhood. The second-ranked community of interest in the study was other. However, the third, fourth, and fifth-ranked communities of interest were language, income groups, and housing types, respectively. Thus, language, income groups, and housing types, and other common socioeconomic attributes were reviewed and attempted to be preserved within districts. The map presents you with the 19 different Everett, Washington neighborhoods that were attempted to be preserved or kept wholly intact within the districting plans. Finally, maintaining district cores is one of the traditional redistricting criteria. District cores are areas that tend to remain consistent in districts over multiple redistricting cycles. They are also usually geographically dispersed in a plan. Since this is the first districting plan, there were no district cores. Thus, district cores were selected. The Commission's plans generated followed a logical and methodical process to develop, beginning with establishing the district cores. The district cores act like seeds for each district. There are 5 district cores representing 5 districts. They include 1. Delta, 2. Lowell, 3. Boulevard Bluffs, Harbor View, Seahurst, Glen Haven, and View Ridge, Madison, 4. Casino Road within Westmont, and 5. Silver Lake. After the selection of the district cores, several preliminary plans were generated by myself and presented to the Commission. The Commission provided comments on the advantages and disadvantages of each plan, and that included the plans of A1, A2, A3, and B1. From those comments, I developed a new set of alternative plans, and they included plans A4, A5, A6, and B2. Another set of comments were provided by the commissioners on the second set of alternative plans. These comments were incorporated into a final alternative draft plan A7. Additional comments on plan A7 were obtained from the commissioners and integrated to produce plan A8, the proposed final draft plan. The proposed final draft plan, A8, followed all of the redistricting criteria that I discussed before. It is equal in population within an acceptable deviation. It is reasonably compact. The districts are contiguous, excluding the Lake Champlain area. The districts coincide with natural boundaries when reasonable to do so. It preserves communities of interest, specifically neighborhoods. It did not favor or disfavor any racial group or political party. And it minimized political subdivision splits, specifically precincts. Now for some characteristics of Plan A8 overall. First, all of the districts were within acceptable population deviation. The overall deviation fell within 10% at 8.27%, and within plus or minus 5% for each district, with District 5 the highest at 4.2% and District 3 the lowest at minus 4.07%. Likewise, all of the districts were reasonably compact, with District 3 being the most compact, leading in 3 of the 3 compactness measures. District 5 was the least compact, and that was most likely due to the irregular configuration of the jurisdictional boundaries in the southeastern portion of the city, and not by any nefarious districting configuration. Reviewing split neighborhoods, District 3 split the least with all whole neighborhoods except for a small portion of South Forest Park split and contained within the district. District 2 split the most at 5 due to the overlapping precincts and neighborhoods in the district. Next is a description of each district. First, District 1. District 1's core area is Delta. It is a northern-based district that is shown in green. The neighborhoods include Delta, Bayside in part, Northwest Everett, Port Gardner in part, and Riverside in part. The largest populated neighborhood is Delta. 2 neighborhoods, Delta and Northwest Everett, are wholly contained. A small portion of Riverside is not contained within the district, and the Port Gardner section includes one precinct, Precinct 17, that splits Riverside and Port Gardner. Bayside is split without Precinct 18 contained within the district. The district includes a diverse population of Delta that has a third of the persons speaking another language and over 42% minority in the neighborhood, and that's 2020 estimates. The district is also characterized by containing the city's colleges and older housing structures, and that's excluding the Delta neighborhood, which has a greater percentage of rental units. District 1 has the lowest estimated population growth from 2010 to 2020 out of all of the districts, and that's at 6.85%. District 1's configuration started with determining whether Delta and Northwest Everett should exist in the same district. Delta and Northwest Everett was combined after analysis showed a relatively small turnout difference between combining Delta with a Northwest Everett district configuration and a Delta district that adjoins areas to the south of Delta. The next decision was to split mostly Bayside or Riverside. Bayside was split along Precinct 18, which allowed for most of downtown to be included in District 2. Also, Precinct 18 was a good demarcation point since it appears to match socioeconomically with the Northwest precincts in Port Gardner. Precinct 17 was added to contain most of Riverside. Only a small portion of Riverside was left in District 2 with zero population, and Precinct 17 also splits Port Gardner with 7 persons left contained within District 1. The area contained within the red circle includes the area in Riverside that is not within District 1. It contains zero population, and of course that is using 2010 population data. The green circle includes the area in Port Gardner within Precinct 17 that contains 7 persons, and that does exist in District 1. Finally, some major places of interest contained in District 1 include the Everett Naval Station, Everett Community College, Riverside Historic Area, Rucker Grant Historic Area, the Sonoma County Public Utility District No. 1, Washington State University in Everett, and Viewcrest Abbey Cemetery. District 2's core area is Lowell. The district encompasses the central eastern portion of the city to the northwestern side of the city and is shown in pink. The neighborhoods contained include Bayside in part, Glacier View, Lowell, Pinehurst Beverly Park in part, Port Gardner in part, South Forest Park in part, and Valley View. The largest populated neighborhood is Port Gardner. 3 neighborhoods, Glacier View, Lowell, and Valley View, are wholly contained. The district neighborhoods also include very similar median housing age that centers around the mid-1960s era. The district has the second highest estimated population growth of the districts from 2010 to 2020, and that's at 12.74%, and has the largest amount of businesses at 1,607, and that's using Esri's 2020 enrichment data estimation system. District 2's configuration began with establishing Lowell as the core area and connecting the area to the downtown region directly below District 1. As mentioned before, Bayside was split along Precinct 18, which allows for most of downtown to be included in District 2. And it appears that Precinct 18 matches socioeconomically with the northwest precincts in Port Gardner. Precinct 17 was not included in District 2 in order to contain most of Riverside in District 1. Only a small portion of Riverside was left in District 2. Since Precinct 17 also splits Port Gardner, once again, 7 persons in Port Gardner were left within District 1. Next, there was a determination of whether to include South Forest Park within District 2 or District 3. Reviewing socioeconomic neighborhood commonalities, South Forest Park could fit well with either District 2 or District 3. However, in order for District 3 to exist within the acceptable population deviation, Evergreen and South Forest Park could not both be wholly contained within District 3. Thus, most of South Forest Park was placed in District 2. Only a small segment of South Forest Park is excluded from the district due to Precinct 33, splitting the neighborhoods of View Ridge Madison and South Forest Park. The map shown here with the red circle includes Precinct 18 that has been split from Bayside and included in the northern neck of District 2. Some major places of interest contained in District 2 include the Angles of Wind Arena, Everett Events Center, Everett Golf and Country Club, Everett Performing Arts Center, the Evergreen Cemetery, Norton Grant Historic Areas, Memorial Stadium, Sonoma County Courthouse. Next, District 3, whose core area includes Boulevard Bluffs, Harbor View, Seahurst, Glen Haven, and View Ridge, Madison. The district encompasses a portion of the western and coastal areas of the city and is displayed in purple. The district contains the neighborhoods of Boulevard Bluffs, Evergreen, Harbor View, Seahurst, Glen Haven, South Forest Park, in part, and View Ridge, Madison. The largest populated neighborhood is View Ridge, Madison. 4 of the neighborhoods, Boulevard Bluffs, Evergreen, Harbor View, Seahurst, Glen Haven, and View Ridge, Madison are wholly contained. South Forest Park is split to include a small portion, only 341 persons, within the district, and that's within Precinct 33. District 3 is characterized by its coastal western boundaries as well as moderately newer housing structures with a median year of 1978 and the highest median household income at $83,492 of all the districts. The district also has the second lowest population growth from 2010 to 2020 at 7.34%. District 3's configuration began with wholly containing the district's core of Boulevard Bluffs, Harbor View, Seahurst, Glen Haven, and View Ridge, Madison neighborhoods. Once it was determined that most of South Forest Park should exist inside District 2, Evergreen could remain wholly contained within District 3. A small portion of South Forest Park would exist in District 3 due to Precinct 33 splitting the neighborhoods of South Forest Park and View Ridge, Madison. Also, the industrial areas around Bowen could remain mostly intact above the Bowen Freeway and included in District 3. The map displays the area within District 3 that includes South Forest Park. This is a small portion of Precinct 33 that is split by View Ridge, Madison, and South Forest Park and contains 341 persons. A few of the major places of interest contained within District 3 contain the Boeing Company, Beverly Lake, the Everett Community College Corporate and Continuing Education Center, and Haworth Park. District 4's core area includes Casino Road, that's within Westmont. The district encompasses the southwestern portion of the city, and that's shown in blue. The district contains the neighborhoods of Cascade View in part, Holly, Twin Creeks in part, and Westmont in part. The largest populated neighborhood is Westmont. One neighborhood, Holly, is wholly contained. Westmont is almost wholly contained. It does not contain one census block, which has only 5 persons. The entire district exists below the Boeing Freeway. The district is characterized by its diverse population, with the highest percentage of the districts that speak another language in addition to English at 41.45%. The district also has newer housing structures, a median of 1988, and higher renter percentage at 69.15%. Using 2020 total population estimates, the district is the only majority-minority district in the city. District 4's configuration began with the core area of Casino Road. Since it was not conventional redistricting practice to follow only a road, the neighborhood of Westmont was a starting point for District 4. Only a single census block of Westmont remained not included in District 4, and it includes only 5 persons in 2010. This census block exists in Precinct 42, which splits Westmont and Cascade View. Since the neighborhood of Holly had similar socioeconomic and demographic attributes and is geographically intertwined with Westmont, it was logically added to District 4. Precinct 47 and 95 were added to wholly contain Holly within District 4. The precincts also were close to matching District 4 socioeconomic characteristics. However, the two precincts also split Cascade View and Twin Creeks. Precinct 84 finally was added to bring District 4 within acceptable population deviation, and it improves the compactness of the district. The red circle on the map highlights the census block that is split by Cascade View and Westmont, and thus is not included in District 4. As mentioned before, this only contained 5 persons in 2010. Some of District 4's major places of interest include the Bowen Company in Park, Cash Memorial Park, Snow Isle Technical Skills Center, Walter E. Hall Golf Course, and Walter E. Hall Park. District 5's core area is Silver Lake. The district encompasses the southeastern portion of the city, and that's shown in green. The neighborhoods within the district include Cascade View in Park, Pinehurst Beverly Park in Park, Silver Lake, Twin Creeks in Park, and Westmont in Park. The largest populated neighborhood is Silver Lake. One of the neighborhoods, Silver Lake, is wholly contained. The district is characterized by a mixture of diverse population. It is the second highest of the districts. Newer housing structures, median is 1986. Moderately higher median household incomes, 68,155, and relatively high percentage that speaks another language in addition to English at 31.44%. District 5's configuration began with the core area of Silver Lake. District 5 added to Silver Lake the nearby neighborhood areas of Twin Creeks and Cascade View to the district. Now, this was compelled due to being landlocked and not encroaching into District 4. After adding areas of Twin Creeks and Cascade View, population was needed for the district to reach an acceptable deviation. It was decided to not cross over Everett WA to add population from Evergreen, and it would also split the neighborhood. Instead, areas of Pinehurst, Beverly Park were added in order to bring District 5's population deviation within the acceptable standard. Precincts 34, 37, and 39 were included into District 5. These precincts have socioeconomic attributes that are reasonably close to District 5 and thus were added to complete the district. The map depicts the northern end of District 5, which focuses on the 3 precincts in Pinehurst, Beverly Park that were added to the district. Precinct 34, 37, and 39 were selected instead of crossing Evergreen Way and splitting the neighborhood of Evergreen. District 5's major places of interest include the Everett Mall, Cypress Lawn Cemetery, Cypress Lawn Memorial Park, Silver Lake, and Silver Lake Park. Finally, since all areas of the city should be attached to a district, the last plan decision was to determine which district should the Lake Chaplin area be assigned. Lake Chaplin is located to the east of the city and supplies water to the city and surrounding areas. Non-contiguous areas such as Lake Chaplin are many times attached to the closest district. However, Lake Chaplin is significantly far away, and it would be unclear where to determine the point to measure the distance. Also, non-contiguous areas that have a bridge or a tunnel would normally be included with the district where they are connected. That said, there are connection points from Lake Chaplin to the main city area. 3 pipelines from Lake Chaplin attach to the Riverside neighborhood, and 1 attaches to Lowell. Thus, District 1 was ultimately selected to include Lake Chaplin since the majority of pipelines are physically connected to the Riverside neighborhood. And that is a complete and concise description of the background, plan development, and the proposed final draft plan A8. Thank you for your time.